everyone. I'm Lisa Copeland, love coach and dating expert for women over 50. And today we are going to be talking about 3 reasons why men don't call you back in the over 50s dating game. So I want to start by asking you a question. Have you ever had an amazing first date where the two of you have spent hours talking about anything and everything? And then at the end of the date, he gives you a hug and a kiss, and he says he'll call you, but he doesn't. And it leaves you wondering, why does this happen? Well, I'm going to explain 3 reasons today why it does and what you can do about it for in the future. So let's talk about reason number 1, he might not call you back. You just might be coming across as needy or desperate. So let me tell you a short story here. Susie came to me because she was having the hardest time getting second dates. She told me when she met a man, she knew within the first couple of minutes whether or not he had potential to be the one. And if he seemed like he had potential, as the two of them would talk, she would start fantasizing about their future life together. And she imagined what it would look like when they moved in together, of what a good time they'd have if they vacationed at one of their favorite places. She was so stirred up by these mental images, she'd find herself telling him they should make plans for the future. And for a lot of Saturday nights, there's so many fun things they could do together. And guess what? That was the moment that man would start shutting down the date. What Susie was doing was planning a relationship that didn't exist. And her future planning came across to a man as, I'm desperate for a relationship. Pick me, which sent up a huge red flag to the men she was meeting. When you start making his life your life before you've gotten to know a man, you'll never get that second date. It's so much better to just slow down and get to know a man first, and then let him pursue you for that next date. And in the meantime, until you're exclusive with someone, you really do want to keep getting yourself out on the dating sites or in real life and keep dating. Let's move on to reason number 2. A man might not call you back for a second date. And that's when sex happens too quickly. Now, another little story here. Ellen met a man where the chemistry between she and this man was off the charts. But as their date came to an end, she wasn't quite ready to say goodbye yet. They were getting along so well. Even as he walked her to her car, they were laughing. And as he kissed her, the hormones started kicking in and things really heated up as both of them got more and more turned on. And the next thing she knew, the two of them were in the back seat of her car having sex. She said they were both on fire and it felt so good and so right. And when it was over, he kissed her. He said goodbye. He said, Oh, I just had the best time with you. And he never called her again. And she was devastated because she thought the two of them had created this amazing bond and they really had connection. And they did have a good connection momentarily. The problem was the sex was too easy for him to get. You see, men like to pursue you, and they will push your boundaries to see how far they can get with you. I shared with Ella that it was okay to have safe first date sex and to not beat herself up for this choice because, hey, sometimes your hormones just take over. But most of the time, first date sex rarely leads to a relationship. Reason number 3, you're just not his type. You probably have an idea in your head of who you want to spend the rest of your life with, right? We all do. This is your type, and it's who you're looking for when you scan numerous pictures of men on dating sites. And men do this too. They go out there looking for their type, and when they think that you match the picture of who they want, that's when they reach out to you. And after a couple of emails are exchanged, he might call you. And you're feeling like this call is going really well because he starts talking about the future, saying things like, we're going to have to try out the latest Japanese restaurant together in your area since you love sushi so much. Or he might say, my mom would just love you. What he's doing is talking out loud to see how you might fit into his world. Always take what I call before you meet future talk with a grain of salt. But hearing it, you can get excited thinking he might be right for you too. So when you meet and within minutes he decides you just aren't a match, that second date doesn't happen. I will tell you, as hard as it feels, it really isn't personal. You're just not his type. And we do this to men as well. So save yourself a lot of date analysis and evaluation by not being invested in a dating outcome on a first date. Instead, go on that date with the intention of meeting someone new and interesting. I promise you, it will make dating so much more fun and easier for you. Now, I always love to inspire you that you can find love after 50. And this is from Kathy in California. She got engaged. And she said, I want to let you know, Lisa, I've been dating an amazing man and we recently got engaged. The process and guidance you provided for me was instrumental in me meeting him. He's a kind, generous, adoring, adventurous, stable, and an amazing, amazing man who adores me every day. I don't think I would have been prepared to meet him without going through your program. And believe me, I didn't always comply or agree with you, but I did it anyway. Your program really works, Lisa, and it had all the tools I needed to find my guy. I'm 61 and believe that true love is an option for anyone. If you want to learn more information about how you too can find love at this time in your life after 50, we've left some resources for you below, and you can check those out. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, I would love if you did. And if you like this video, click the like and leave me a comment. I always love reading them. I'm going to leave this with what I do in every video. I always believe in you. Until next time, bye-bye.